Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking. That means a lot. You guys keep clicking. If you guys keep clicking, I'll keep making. And today we're kind of doing a second part of yesterday's video. If you haven't checked out yesterday's video yet, it's in the top right corner. It's called "The True Contenders of Survivor 43." And today's video is kind of the opposite. It's the people who I feel like are the opposite of that. No chance to win the game already after one episode. Obviously, I'm assuming a lot. That's kind of what I do. It's kind of what my job is as a Survivor YouTuber during the first week of Survivor, especially because I do daily content. I feel like I specifically do a lot of assuming for the show. And this is going to be a lot of assuming on my part because I am ruling out people completely from winning the game. Last season, if you go check out my no chance to win from last season, I was very wrong about a few people who I thought were going home pretty soon, and hopefully I'm wrong this time, but I feel like these are the people who I feel like have absolutely zero chance of winning the game after 1 week of the show airing. If you haven't already, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff because it's free, it's easy, and it really helps the channel out. Okay, the first person I have is Cody. I think my favorite casting choice of the past 3 seasons. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it. He has that villain Russell Hantz type of like, I don't care. I will do anything. I will purposely act evil. One, just to entertain myself and also to get myself farther in the game. And I will play aggressively. I will make myself the figurehead of my own alliance. I do not care about threat levels. I love it. I love it. I love it. But it's not a winning game. 1, and 2, his edit was not a winning edit. We got the LIVIN thing, which isn't really a winner type of thing. It's more of a fan favorite type of edit. On top of that, we didn't get much as far as his personal backstory, you know, as far as his family or what's important to him. I feel like we just got that he's from Hawaii and he's kind of like a surfer bro. And he also really doesn't really care and is very aggressive as far as like how he is socially, which is good as far as a character, but it's not good as far as a winner's edit. So as much as I love Cody, I can't really put him in that like true contender spotlight. Another person who I feel like is kind of bound for a blindside early on is Cassidy. I feel like Cassidy to me is someone who has gotten into power way too early without that character development. She's just being built up strategically and not personally, and that's a big issue as far as the edit, as far as blindsides are concerned. If someone's getting built up, you know, as far as their strategy and social gameplay, but not as far as a person, and we never actually get their perspective on things, that's an issue, because then they just become a figurehead, a character who you don't care about, and you're like, oh well, if she gets blindsided, I'm fine, I'm still happy. And I feel like that's what she's being set up for. Maybe Lindsay flips on that all girls alliance on her tribe, or maybe the guys just get the numbers and flip over everyone against her. Maybe she gets to merge and goes out in that earn the merge spot because she doesn't have any big friends, or maybe she's just a miscellaneous post-merge blindside. I don't know, but I feel like she's not being built up as a character. She's only being built up as a strategical force, and that's very scary as far as her edit is concerned. So I also think that she has no chance. Another person for me, and I think this list is probably going to span much longer than yesterday's list, is Jay. I feel like Jay to me has a very weak personality, someone who I don't think is a winner. Usually the winners have a very strong, convicted personality. Even the weakest of winners, like for an example, Erica, she at least had that strong conviction to her where she genuinely was a strong person, believed in herself. Maybe not physically, but definitely as far as like her social gameplay was concerned. And like you could see her getting up, exclaiming to everyone that she should win the game. I don't see Jay doing that, at least not in a good way. And so I think Jay has no chance of winning this season. On top of that, Jay is also in a weird spot strategically where he's in the middle on his tribe, but it's not a powerful middle spot. It's more of an kind of spot where they actually may just collapse on him. And I think that could be what's happens, because there's Gio and Ryan, and then there's the 3 women. And if the 3 women don't trust Jay, they can just get rid of Jay, and then they have that 3 to 2 majority on their tribe. So they really don't need Jay as that 4th kind of floating number, and it's more of a risk than a help to them. So I feel like he is very expendable on his tribe. His only really main ally is Lindsay, who's trying to pull him into that women's alliance. But if the other women don't want him there, he won't be there. Another person who I feel like, just based off of where they are in their tribe, is Justine. I don't see it, because Justine feels to me like either the next boot or the boot after that, right? Because she's the obvious next boot on her tribe, right? It's her and Noelle at the bottom, and I feel like Noelle is more sociable and is more marketable as an ally, whereas Justine kind of has an whatever, you know. And on top of that, I think that even if she survives by, you know, them blindsiding Dwight or Cody, you know, the bigger threats in the game, she's eventually that easy boot on her tribe, and her only chance is just to win challenges pre-merge, which could happen. But I think even then, she gets to the post-merge with no friends except for Noelle, and even then, I think Noelle would abandon her in a second if Noelle knew what was best for her game. And so I think Justine really, it's just a lack of friends, lack of edit, and also a lack of positional advantage on her starting tribe, which is so important in these 26-day seasons. So next I have Sammy, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to be yelling at me for in the comments, because his edit was so big, so positive. He was shown as being very smart. His story was shown. Really, it was his whole perspective this entire premiere. And the reason why is I feel like that's just too good to be true. I think Sammy is getting a fan favorite edit. I do not think that he's getting that winner edit. I feel like he's getting that Christian edit where you just really like him, and he's kind of this underdog figure because of, you know, circumstances that are outside of his control. But at the same time, I feel like it's almost a little too good to be true. It'd be way too obvious to have Sammy be the winner. I know this is a new era and we don't really know, you know, how the edit works yet, at least not in concrete, but I feel like Sammy being the winner here would be way too obvious and would kind of take the fun out of guessing who it's going to be. I predict Sammy goes out probably like 7th place in this season, or late pre-merge. I don't think that Sammy gets even to the finale episode. I feel like it just wouldn't feel right for him to go early on in the finale, or to win or lose at Final Tribal Council. The next person it was actually the inspiration for this video, and that's Mike Gabler. And again, I'm still used to, you know, saying Mike Gabler, so you know, I have to get used to saying Gabler. But you know, for me, Gabler ruined his entire season's edit with this last episode. He was shown as an absolute doofus for that move as soon as they got back from the challenge, saying he's gonna first play his shot in the dark because he deserves to be on the block. And kind of allowing votes to go on him. That's almost a quit, kind of, like if you look at it backwards. And then on top of that, him going back on the plan. And then if it weren't for really Ellie and Sammy telling him, whoa, what are you doing, bro? And also the fact that Mariah and Owen were kind of at odds, he probably goes home there because he offers himself up. So silly, so old school, but also not old school. It's very confusing. And I think confusing is really the reason why he is not going to win this season. But what do you think? Let me know down below in the comments. As always, none of this happens without you guys. I'm Mr. Rude Guy spinning a weird microphone. So as always, thank you. And if that's it, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.